Hello to everyone, this is Cooking from Canet. Here we are, another day, another recipe. And today I've picked a traditional one from Castilla la Mancha. It is called Pisto Manchego or Castilian Pisto. It's a veggie dish and it is very old. It seems the origin seems to be Arabic. And then in the old days the peasants would only use tomatoes and peppers to make it. And then in time it evolved like everything, and then some people they were adding more ingredients until nowadays that we use to make this dish. We use tomatoes, onions, red peppers, green peppers, courgette and aubergine. The aubergine, some people don't put the aubergine, but because I always like to find like the proper recipe, I phoned a restaurant in Toledo, which is the capital of Castilla la Mancha, and I spoke with Antonio, who is a lovely man and is the chef of the restaurant, and he told me exactly what to put and how to do it. So this is proper, you know, recipe for pisto. And yeah, so hopefully one day we'll visit and eat there. That would be nice. Thank you, Antonio, if you're watching the video, for the recipe and the tips. And what else? Yeah, just a bit of history and geography. For those of you who are not very familiar with the Spanish geography, Castilla la Mancha, where this dish comes from, is a region in the center of Spain. It is located to the south of Madrid, and it's very famous for its cheese. They have a very nice like dry cheese, and also it is famous, I don't know if you've heard of this classic of the Spanish literature, Don Quixote. Do you know the story? It's a knight that he was mad, a mad knight who was fighting windmills in the countryside and all that. So yeah, it was a big book we had to read at school, like big novel. So it comes from there. Well, the story happens there in Castilla la Mancha, and yeah, it's a lovely place, and I recommend, if you ever come to Spain, I recommend that you visit the area. And yeah, so let's crack on with the recipe. So yeah, as I was saying, the ingredients that we're going to use are these. This is for 2 people, but remember that I always write the recipe for 4, so in the comments you'll find all the ingredients and the method and everything. So, but for 2 people, 3 onions, this is what we're going to use, 4 tomatoes that we're going to grate, 1 green pepper, 1 red pepper. I have this in the fridge and I'm going to use it as well. Then a courgette and the aubergine that, as I said, some people don't put it, some people yes. Antonio from the Alfar Restaurant said yes, go for it, it's nice with the aubergine. So this is what we are doing. And yes, you can see, I mean, if you by any chance had these vegetables in the fridge, it is a good option. I mean, a good opportunity to use up all the vegetables you have in the fridge. So I don't want to keep you waiting. I'm going to chop all this and I'll explain the method, which is very simple, as per usual. See you in a bit. Hi, okay, so here we are. I've started by chopping the onion, which is over there, and I'm going to explain very quickly how we're going to make this dish, because this dish is not going to be a stir fry of vegetables. It is something different, and it is not a stir fry of vegetables because the way we're going to make it is going to be not low cooking, but yes, we're going to cook it gradually and on a medium-low heat, so it's gonna take a while to cook. And this is because we want to get a consistency, particular consistency. So this is why I'm saying this is not a stir fry of vegetables. Right, so we're going to make it in this cooking pot I have here, and we're going to start by heating up the oil. We need quite a bit of oil. I mean, not loads, but have a look, something like this. That's a nice amount. And yeah, we're going to start by frying the onion for 10 minutes on a medium heat. Then in the meantime, I'm gonna chop the rest of the vegetables. After the onion, we need to add the peppers, green peppers and the red peppers. And after that, the courgettes. And then 10 more minutes, we'll add the aubergine. And finally, the tomatoes grated. And then it's when we have to leave it to cook on a medium low for an hour. Yeah, an hour, and then keep checking it, all right? So I'm gonna start doing that, and I'll come back in the process. See you in a bit. Okay, so let me show you quickly what I'm doing. The onion is in the cooking pot, and it's been cooking for about 10 minutes on a medium, a bit high. And in the meantime, I have chopped the peppers. And I wanted you to see this because it's important that we chop all the vegetables the same size, more or less, like not very small but not very big pieces, you know, something like this. Let me show you maybe better there. Something like this. And because this is important so that all the vegetables cook evenly. Okay, so I'm nearly there with the peppers. As you see, this is all very simple. But with this dish, you don't want to rush, okay? You don't want to rush because, as I've said, it's not a stir fry, so it is more kind of stew. Right, so let me show you the onion if you like. I mean, it's not rocket science, it's just, you see, translucent. And when it is like this, then we are going to add the peppers, which I have here. And also with the peppers, a bit of salt and pepper. So every time we put the vegetable, then when we put the courgette, we're going to do the same, a bit of salt and pepper. And we will add it to the pot. Okay, now let's give it a stir. And what else I wanted you to say? So yes, this is a veggie recipe. You can have it on its own, but also you can have it with meat, or you can have it with fish as a side dish. Or you can have it with fried eggs, which is very, very typical. And this is how we are going to have it today, with fried eggs. So once this is done, we're going to fry a couple of eggs on top of the plate. And there you go, traditional Pisto Manchego. I don't know why the simple things in life are the best. So, sometimes, many times, salt and pepper. Let's give it another stir. Let's leave the pepper here for later. Another stir. And this is gonna need 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. And then we will add the courgette. So I'm going to start chopping the courgette in the meantime. Just a quick look before we go. There you go. And I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, so here we are. The peppers have been cooking for 10 minutes. And I've been very productive in that time. I've chopped the courgette, which I have already prepared here, and the aubergine, which is over there. Remember the order, first the courgette now, and then the aubergine. So a bit of salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. and let's add it to the pot. And as per usual, I'm gonna show you. See the peppers, courgette in. Now we have to give it a stir. Nice. And this is going to cook for a few more minutes, maybe 5 or 10 more, and then we will add the courgette. And in the meantime, I'm going to grate the tomatoes. See you in a bit. Right guys, so let me show you how this is doing. There you go. And now it's time for the aubergine, which I have here. I just need to add some salt and pepper before I put it in the pot. And I've also grated the tomatoes, which I have here. Look at this. Isn't it wonderful? All natural ingredients and everything so easy. I'm loving it. Okay, right. Salt and pepper. Excellent. In the pot. Get rid of the plate. And oops. Let's give it another stir. Super. This seems a lot, but then when they are cooked, when the vegetables are cooked, it's not that much. But yeah, if you're cooking for 4 people, you will need a bigger pot, definitely. Let me show you before I go. All in. And by the way, I'm covering it, so to help with the cooking. All right, so I'm covering. Okay, so let's leave this for about 10 minutes again until we put the tomato sauce. Well, the grated tomatoes, not tomato sauce, but the tomatoes. And I'll see you then. See you in a bit. Right guys, so the aubergine has cooked for about 10 minutes. I've just added the tomato sauce, well, the grated tomatoes. So I'm just giving it a good stir at the moment. There you go. And what I'm going to do is what my friend Antonio from the Alfar Restaurant told me. Which is, you know, that any dish that you cook with tomato or grated tomatoes or tomato sauce can be acidic because of the tomato, yeah? So I remember, for example, my nan used to put some sugar to compensate that in any dish with tomato sauce. But then Antonio told me, no, don't put sugar. You might know this tip. Some of you might know, I didn't know. He said, don't put any sugar. Put some cumin, because the cumin is good with the aubergine, but the sugar doesn't go well with the aubergine. So instead of sugar this time, use cumin. And I've got it here, and I'm going to put it. So I'm going to place the camera here. And yeah, let's do this. A bit of cumin. And I think this is going to be lovely, lovely, lovely. I think that is enough. Quite a bit. And I'm giving it another stir. And now, yes, now I'm going to cover it. Let me just stir it well. That all gets mixed and nice. And super. Now I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. So I always say my cooker here, let me take this, my cooker here goes from 1 to 12, so I'm gonna put it on 4, that's medium low, and we are going to leave it for an hour. and in that time we'll keep, you know, checking on it and stirring a bit and that, and then we just have to fry a couple of eggs and we're good to go. So I'll see you a bit later. Hi again. So the pisto is cooking. It is over there in the cooking pot, and as I said, this is going to take about an hour, but here it's 2:15. We normally eat at 2, so we are running a bit late, and I just fancy a snack. And I made some bread this morning. Some of you might have seen the recipe on Facebook or YouTube. You can find it there if you are interested in making bread. And I just wanted to show you, because there we go. This is it. Traditional round bread, very easy to make. And I just fancy eating something quick while I'm waiting for this pisto. By the way, this, when we fry the eggs and we put it on top of the vegetables with this bread, I can tell you. Right, so I've got some olive oil here, and this is vinegar, you know, that thick one, balsamic. Let me just put it here. There we go. And I'm gonna try it. This is amazing. Honestly, try the bread. It is so good and will stay fresh for 2 days. Not crunchy the second day, but first day, like today, beautiful. And I'll also give you some more recipes that we can make with the bread, like torradas and things we make here. All right, so I'll see you when the pisto is finished. See you in a bit. Okay, so here we are. We've got the pisto ready on the plate. I think I'm gonna put some more. You see, this is the consistency we are looking for. And now we just need a fried egg on top, as they eat it there in Castilla la Mancha, with fried eggs. And we are ready to go. I'm starving. It's 3 o'clock. Okay. So yeah, remember not to pick this recipe if you're in a rush, because you need some time to cook it. Just one of those days you are at home and you have the time and you are chilled. One of those days. And yeah, there we are. Lovely. Super. Here we are. Now a bit of salt and pepper. Have a look. This looks nice, eh? Right, so I hope you like it and you enjoy it. And I'll see you in the next recipe. Bon appetit!